Okay, so Chelsea have just won 2-0 against Burnley. This was at the start of the game, especially that first half. This was a very concerning game. Going in, I believe the line. I don't have the lineup with me here. I believe the lineup going in was Sanchez in goal. We're not starting Jorgensen. I don't care how many times that motherfucker complains about not getting playtime. If I see Jorgensen start, I'm not watching the fucking game. I'm not watching the game because I know we're conceding at least 2 that game. I don't even need to watch. I already know we're going to concede 2. Can we check? How many times has Jorgensen got a clean sheet? How many times? Can we check that? Can we see games played, games started to goals conceded against him ratio? Can I see a ratio on that? I know it's negative. I know it's at least 2 goals a game conceded. I already know that. And it's not like Robert Sanchez is that much better. I mean, he's definitely a lot better. But he's not like fucking Allison or some shit. You know? So, honestly, it's just kind of embarrassing that we have those 2 players as the goalkeeper. Whatever. Sanchez in goal. Kukurea left back. Our 2 center backs, I believe, was Chalobah and Tosin. And then we had Reece James. First off, I'm going to be honest. We have Barcelona on the weekday. Why the fuck we started Reece James? Why? He in that first half, he was our best player, in my opinion. It was either him and then our 2 midfielders. He was one of our best players in that first half. And then he came off. We started Badiashile. We'll talk about Badiashile later. 2 center mids were Andre Santos and Enzo. I believe Jamie Giddens started, which is very nice to see in the Prem. It's very nice to see Jamie Giddens start. Cam was... Who was our Cam? Oh, João Pedro. Definitely. Bro, that should tell you how much this guy ghosts during any fucking game when I can't even remember who played Cam. I was trying to think of, what was it, Boanote or Cole Palmer? Oh, wait, Cole Palmer stubbed his fucking toe, so he can't play anymore. And Boanote is just certified. He's not shit, but he's we're not going to start him. I mean, he's very, honestly, I like Boanote. He's actually really, really good. João Pedro. On the right it was Pedro Neto. Again, don't know why Pedro Neto playing. If we have Barcelona the next game, I would rather Pedro Neto play that game than Esteval. But I'm not mad because, I know he's going to rotate. Enzo Maresca is the king of rotating. I know he's going to rotate. So I'm not mad at that. Pedro Neto and then a striker, Liam Delap. Now, let's just get into this game real quick. First half, scary. First half was scary. And that's fucking crazy to say when you're playing Burnley. It's fucking Burnley. How? How does that game look scary? And I just have to, I'm going to point this out now. First off, Ugo Choku, or whatever the fuck his name is, Chukwueze. I think it's Chukwueze. Whoever was in the midfield who used to play for us, that brother was destroying that midfield. Destroying it. At least defensively, he was destroying it. We were getting fucking cooked defensively in the midfield. And that just goes to show you, one, how important Caicedo is to us. I hear talks about fine, you know what? If you want to say that Declan Rice is better than Caicedo, I can't stop you. Because Declan Rice has been fucking... Even though I am the most pure-blooded Arsenal hater on the planet, if you want to say Declan Rice is better than Caicedo, I can't stop you. Because he has been fantastic. He's been their best player by far on that team. He has been incredible. But you cannot look me dead in the eyes and say Declan Rice is more important than Caicedo. Especially for their teams. Did you see how, our midfield was getting sliced through this game because we decided to rest Caicedo? And I don't think that was a bad idea. I would rather have Caicedo play the full 90 for both Barcelona and Arsenal. That's all I want. That's what I want. I want Caicedo to play the full 90 for Barcelona and Arsenal. And if to do that, we have to play him without Burnley and maybe possibly drop points to Burnley, I'm fine with that. Genuinely, I'm fine with that. But, yeah, I don't remember where I was going with this point, but just to, show how important Caicedo is to that midfield is fucking insane. Now, I want to talk about Andre Santos and Enzo Fernandez because I think, honestly, they were probably 2 of our best players on that team. Today, they were 2 of our best players. But just because they were fantastic does not mean Caicedo was not missed. Because Caicedo was very much missed. Enzo Maresca was trying to play Andre Santos in that 6 role that we need Caicedo to play, and I don't really know if it works there. Again, that's why we bought Dario Sugo, but Dario Sugo has been injured for like 3 months, so he's not usable. So we have to obviously wait for Dario Sugo to get fit, since then we can start resting Caicedo. But even though I don't think Andre Santos played that 6 role very well in this game, I still think he was fucking fantastic. He was making a really good amount of passes. He was recovering a lot on the ball. He was just good on the ball in general, just doing a lot of great work on the ball, making decisive passes. He was good defensively, even though in the midfield, he wasn't good defensively. I remember this one time a Burnley player had a chance. I think it was fucking Tunzebe or some shit, whatever his name is. The guy that starts with a T. He was about to shoot, and Andre Santos made a ridiculous tackle in the box. It was insane. He was fantastic. And then on the other side, Enzo Fernandez, he was incredible. I was so happy with that midfield. Genuinely, I was. And if you can play, I mean, I think we've done this before. If you can move Andre Santos to Cam and place Caicedo in that 6 role, or you know what? This might be fucking wild. Play Andre Santos at left back, because we've seen how sometimes, play him at right. This would be tough. You would have to switch the tactics a lot. But if you could play him at left back and then just have him invert into the midfield, and we could have like a 3. And honestly, you could just change the tactics to be a 4-3-3, and then just have it be Andre Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo. Because I don't think Andre Santos works as well as a Cam, like really progressing the ball forward. But if we could play a 4-3-3 and have an Andre Santos, Enzo, Caicedo midfield, that would be fucking insane. And then you could have Cole Palmer on the right. You could have Garnacho or Gins, whoever you want. Same, 2 cheeks of the same ass, honestly, on the left. And you could start João Pedro up top. I think that would be incredible. I think that would be an incredible lineup, and I'm really happy where Andre Santos is evolving. And then same thing with Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, he's looking incredible. I remember he did this one fucking trick move in the midfield that looked insane. He was making so many good passes. Reece James, I'm praying to God. I'll probably look later. It'll probably be not confirmed. I'm praying to God Reece James isn't injured. If Reece James is injured, we're fucked. Actually, if Reece James is injured, we're fucked. Because this brother was incredible this game. He was throwing in crosses like nothing. He was being so defensively solid. He was so composed on the ball. He was being a leader during this game. Like, I really think Reece James has really solidified himself as at least a top 3 right back in the world, if not the best right back in the world. Hakimi's definitely better. I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm also a Napoli and PSG fan. So I can't sit here and shit on my own player as Hakimi, but I think they're closer than people think. Obviously, Hakimi had a way better season than Reece James did last season, but as players, I think they're very close. Hakimi is definitely better, though. After that, I can't give it to Trent or Carvajal because they haven't played consistently enough under Real Madrid. They haven't. Trent was ridiculous at Liverpool, but I can't put Trent above Reece James when he hasn't looked like that special at Real Madrid. He really hasn't. And honestly, with Xabi Alonso's tactics, I don't know how well he even works in that system. And then Carvajal, he's really reliable. He's really solid. If I had to give like 2 players that are super close to each other, like in terms of ability, in terms of how they play and you know, their quality of their player, it would be Reece James and Carvajal, even though I do still think, in my opinion, Reece James is better. And it is so happy to see like Reece James go on the Pedri route and like really get back to fitness. I remember when Pedri was like injured for like half the fucking season, it was only like 2 seasons because he like just joined Barcelona or whatever, but or maybe a season or something like that. I remember when Pedri was injured all the fucking time, and Reece James is like kind of going on that similar route where he used to be extremely injured, but now we finally got him to a consistent pace of playing time and, you know, how much we want him to play. And if this was not him being injured and this was Enzo Maresca having faith in the squad and having faith that we are going to win this game and just being more defensively solid by subbing out Reece, putting on Badiashile, because I think Badiashile just got back from injury. So I think it's good to give him minutes, show you still have confidence in him, and, just to give him some, playing time before, the next game or whatever. You don't have to start him immediately. I was really proud about that. Now, the attackers, they didn't look good at all. João Pedro ghosted. João Pedro is one of those players that I think maybe can only play with Cole Palmer. That it might be it. Now, that's not true. Because I don't remember the game it was. Who was it against? Oh my God, what was our last Chelsea game? It wasn't Wolves. Wolves was in the cup. I think it was Nottingham Forest. When we played Nottingham Forest, I really don't remember what game it was. But I remember we subbed on Liam Delap for Mark Guiu or whatever and put on João Pedro, and they looked fucking incredible. João Pedro and Liam Delap looked incredible that game, and this one, it just didn't. And it was also because Burnley were playing this kind of different kind of low block at the start. It was kind of a really high pressing low block, if that makes sense. But they were playing this low block that both Liam Delap and João Pedro could not get through. I don't think Liam Delap had a good game at all. He was not passing very well. First off, he wasn't passing. He just wasn't passing at all. There were moments where he was it felt like I was watching he was trying to be a blue lock player. He can't pass. Or maybe he can pass. He just didn't want to. And then the times he did pass, it wasn't fantastic. I remember there was one time there was a chance where Pedro Neto was coming up the middle, João Pedro was on the left, and this guy tried to pass it and he just threw it at the fucking goalkeeper. It was crazy to watch. I actually think Jamie Gins had a good game. I think Jamie Gins and Pedro Neto both had solid games. And I'm actually really proud of Jamie Gins because I thought coming into the club, I thought he was going to be good. I thought he was going to be Jadon Sancho. I thought he was going to be one of those players who are an elite dribbler, but they have no fucking pace and they just won't work in the Premier League. That's what I genuinely thought was going to happen with Jamie Gins. But no, he's actually he was pretty good this game. And after this performance, I would like to see him in more Prem games. Genuinely, I would like to see him in more Prem games. He's been very good in the Cup, in the EFL Cup. He's been very good in Champions League. The FA Cup. There we go, the fucking FA Cup. He's been good in the FA Cup. He's been good in the Champions League. He's been good in those international competitions, facing lesser tier teams. I would like to see him get more starts in the Prem against better teams. Honestly, if you want to start him against a big team, I'd start him against Arsenal. Genuinely, I would. I don't think Garnacho is good enough to start against Arsenal. Garnacho's game is a bit different from Jamie Gins, where Jamie Gins, what he wants to do is cut in and wants to shoot or pass or whatever. That's what he wants to do. Garnacho wants to hug the touchline as much as he can, bring the defender to him, and give a cross or give a pass to the middle. They are very different games, and I'm glad that Enzo Maresca is experimenting with that, but I am still a bit nervous about that. I am still a bit nervous about that, but to get that solidity in, I do want Jamie Gins to start a bit more. In that position especially. I would like him starting a bit more. But, not at the sake of the quality of the team. Because the team is everything to me. The team, not everything to me, but the idea is to win the game. Let's try to win the game. That's my fucking goal. Now, Barcelona is going to be a tough match. Arsenal is going to be a tough match. I'm going to give my score predictions for this match, and then I'm going to end the video. I guess I could top the subs too. Mark Guiu came on, Badiashile came on, Malo Gusto came on. Malo Gusto is continuing to be the most inconsistent player for us, ever. I will do, when the season ends, I will do my season rankings, and I'll rate every single one of our players and say whether we keep or sell or whatever. Malo Gusto is just not great. In my opinion, there have been rumors about this. Sell Malo Gusto and get, what's his name? Gela Due, whatever his name is, Due's brother. I've watched Strasbourg games. I've been watching a lot more Strasbourg games. That game against PSG, again, I was rooting for PSG. That game against PSG was fucking ridiculous. He looked absolutely insane in that game. And the games prior and before and whatever. He's been looking incredible. Go get Gela Due and fucking shit Malo Gusto off. Because he's good. I actually really like Malo Gusto. He is way too inconsistent. Oh my God. I remember watching this, brother. He got the ball. And he actually passed it worse than Ugarte. Worse than Ugarte. That's fucking insane to me. Passed it straight to the defender. I'm not even talking like, oh, the Burnley defender was here. Not even, it was a defender, just midfielder. Burnley player was here. Chelsea players were here. He tried to pass it this way and he just went to the defender. Nothing about that. I don't think there was a single player near him. I couldn't even tell if it was a pass to the opposition or the worst touch I've ever seen in my entire life. I couldn't tell. And he is like certified in those moments. He is shit. He is shit. He's good. He's good. Actually, in France, he got like 2 assists. He was actually good in that game. I don't want him on my fucking team. I don't. I really don't anymore. I really don't. I'm tired of watching him. Even though I still rate him. What was I even talking about? Oh, yeah, Malo Gusto came on. Even though he was playing more of an offensive position today. Honestly, today, even though that one moment, he looked decent. I'll say he looked decent. Something Badia Shield, he actually looked really good in my opinion. He was, very solid defensively. In that second half, he really didn't have to do much because it was just destruction after destruction after destruction. We dominated that second half. Absolutely dominated that second half. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez scored that second goal. In my opinion, it's either him or Andre Santos, my man of the match. They are my man of the match. Pedro Neto gets that header in the first half, 42-minute, Both were great goals. Who else got something? Oh, Mark Guiu got the assist for Enzo Fernandez. Very, very good. Again, Mark Guiu might just look better than Liam Delap, I'm going to be honest, in this game. I'm always very happy where Mark Guiu ends up. He was a La Masia product, so who knows where his potential, lay be. And honestly, Barcelona, big ass L, because y'all could have either sold Mark Guiu or Victor Roque, and y'all decided to keep Victor Roque and then sell him to Balmeiras, or loan him, or I don't remember what happened there. Sell him to Balmeiras and fucking sell Mark Guiu. Like, that is unfortunate for you. When you probably could have kept Mark Guiu, sell Fernando Torres, and then just started Mark Guiu. And Mark Guiu, I think, would have been phenomenal in Barcelona right now. Mark Guiu is exactly what they need. And they can't get him anymore because they sold him. So that's your fucking fault. That's not mine. Yeah. All right, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I was actually, I was decently happy with the performance. Again, it's Burnley. They are easily the worst team in the league. Maybe West Ham, but West Ham have actually picked up actually, no, Wolves are the worst team. Wolves are the worst team in the Prem. Then it's probably Burnley. It's one of those two. And then West Ham and Nottingham Forest have picked up form recently. So I wouldn't say them. But yeah, they've been the 2 worst teams. And we looked solid against them. Again, Chelsea are a team that are really only phenomenal against, like, the big boys. Like, for some reason, we just have the mentality that we're straight underdogs for whatever reason. So I'm not going to worry about that too much, though. Barcelona and Arsenal, I'm coming for y'all. I cannot wait for those games. I'm really, really excited to watch those. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be uploading to this channel more often. I think these are the type of videos I'm going to be doing. I just do match reviews. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Goodbye.